Hello, everyone. Welcome to a very special edition of the Trucking Tower Podcast, Sustainiacs episode with my friends Damon Day and Michael Vincent. How are you doing, guys?
Great. I'm awesome.
I'm doing awesome, man. Peace and love, everybody. I mean, it's amazing because we in the green room or whatever the heck it's called, yellow room, green room, whatever. Before we started recording, I saw we were going to do Damon Day, and I did not realize who Damon Day was. Truth be told, until I came on, I looked, I said, "What? Damn! It's been a long time. You still sitting at that desk? How long you been sitting there, man? It's been like 4 years."
And when he told me that you was going to be on the show, I said, "Oh, perfect timing. Great. Yes.
Yes, I was so excited about this, man. So we got, Damon and I met through LinkedIn. I discovered his music. Yes. Man, this guy is super duper talented.
Yes, he is.
All kinds of stuff. Michael and I have this love for music. We've done some collaboration. Michael's got this thing where he's doing trucker songs. So, so we've got it between all of us, decades in trucking and supply chain and decades in music, playing, recording, and so forth. And, Damon just released a new album called Amazing.
Yes.
And, I want to ask, just to kick things off, Damon, what inspired you to record this album and who was involved with you in this one?
Well, what inspired me is just the acts and the appreciation of love. And obviously my wife.
Right.
So you see the titles, you hear the titles and everything. And the first song that started it off was Down for Life. And that song was about got me going crazy right now. About fighting for a relationship that needs to be fought for.
Right.
And so I was like, this is the one you keep, is when it's down for life. So that actually started the record off, and it gave me the inspiration to go ahead and keep writing more. So you get to see the different titles with me, I Love the Way You Love Me, and all those songs. So, and it's definitely dedicated to all the lovers out there. If you looking for something, I don't know, maybe I can say some of the things that you guys don't say. So if, please go get it. And also, it was a few people that was involved in the record. Some people from my hometown, Fort Worth, which was Forrest Macy and Arthur Antoine. Also, Sean Christopher Thomas, who's been with me for a while for my last 3 or 4 records that we wrote. My son was a part of it, Damon King.
Very cool.
My wife definitely. So, and then also we had a special guest on a bonus track, which is amazing, which is 3 Style. Magdalena. Yep. Yeah, she played sax on the song. She loved it so much, so she wanted to play on. I said, "Get on it, girl. Get on it." So yeah, those are the people that was involved, man. I didn't have too many people, but it was enough to finish the album and to finish the concept. You know what I'm saying? The project, you know what I'm saying? So
I love the idea behind it. Everybody needs love, right? Everybody needs love.
Yeah.
But love is not a noun. Love is an action.
It's an action.
You got to put your heart into it or it just doesn't work. You know what I'm saying?
And it's work.
Yep.
Comes to love. Yeah. That's why I kind of figured, that's why I said, just the acts and the appreciation of it all. And my wife gave me that and made me look at things and see differently, about love. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It don't have to be much. That's if you're not looking for a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but yeah,
little things make a huge difference, man.
Makes a big difference. Yes.
But you said work, and for some people it is, but I think it's working through that. The work is getting yourself to appreciate it and understand its value on a daily basis and how you can do it, right? Because once you get there, man, I got the greatest love of my life. My wife is amazing. We have the greatest love in our family, and it is absolutely effortless because we appreciate it, and we do all those little things that people have to work to understand just how important those little things are. But once you get it, man, it's there.
It flows.
You know,
Yeah.
I mean, it's there.
I'm super, super duper lucky with the wife I have of 20 plus years now.
Yeah.
And, you know, you just start thinking about what can I do to make this person feel more loved? And everybody's got their things, right? Whether it's time together, whether it's gifts, whether it's words of encouragement, whatever it is, what fills that person's love bucket up, you know?
Yeah. Well, you got two people working at it at the same time, and you both understand and you're both on the same page.
Yeah. Well, and that's exactly it, Damon. I mean, it's if you love somebody that much, their needs and everything and their wants and their security and everything is above yours, right? The problem that happens a lot of times is then that person doesn't really reciprocate that knowledge or that feeling, right? And then it becomes taken for granted and you get frustrated and you move on. You got to communicate and be able to understand that communication and be able to, right, to right that ship and keep it balanced, right? That's where some of the work may come into play at times.
Oh,
right.
We always gonna have struggles and stuff, and you know, just understanding and stuff like that, which we all supposed to have, because we really don't know a lot about it. It just comes up day by day, man. Certain things comes up, and then you start to, you know, you might learn something every day, you know.
Yeah, you do. It's amazing how much science there is behind love, though. I mean, just the positive effects, right? Like, I mean, your marriage or your relationship with your significant other is going to improve and be so much more sustainable and reliable just by a simple act of saying "I love you" every morning as you're walking out that door, or a quick kiss or a quick hug can reduce your ability to have, or your risk of a heart attack and other diseases by significant percentages above just the depression and everything else that you can avoid through these acts of love, these simple acts of kindness and random that are so amazingly good for your relationship and also your physical and mental health. It's
man, it enriches your life big time, man. You know,
it is. I have two grown children. I have a 24-year-old and a 22-year-old now, and almost daily. I mean, I try to do it daily, but it's 3-4 times a week at least. I'll just text them because they're in Florida. They're away from me, living and doing their life. But it just I don't say, hey, kick ass today, or you know, take charge. Right. I said, put a smile on somebody's face or make somebody's day every day. It's walk out of the house with that intention, and your life will improve so much. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, man.
And so will everybody else's. So
absolutely.
That's basically why I wrote the record, man, because I didn't learn anything. I didn't know anything. You know what I mean? But being with my wife, I learned a lot.
Yeah, absolutely.
And appreciation and that's why I related that record over, man. It came so fast, man, I tell you. And what an experience, though. You know, I wrote all those songs on the truck, actually. Driving up and down that I-5, man, just playing the music and just thinking like, man, what a great record this is going to be. Can't wait to get it finished.
Absolutely. Yeah, on that note, I'm going to play a clip of Damon's new song, Running Into Love.
John
here. So you guys are going to want to check that out for sure. Yeah. So I'm going to do that right here.
Running into love. Running into love. We can't walk out the door. I keep running into love. We can't go to the picture show. Running into love. Can't even go to the store. I keep running into love. I know it sounds crazy, but I'm telling you that my life has changed forever. Baby, all because of you. And girl, you are the center of this beautiful love affair. I see you everywhere.
This was the last song I wrote because I was looking for a song and he sent me this track and I'm like, okay, I got that one. That's beautiful. Right.
Man, you know, and Michael, I've seen music from you going back several years, right? And Michael and I did a collaboration on his song.
We did
this, that, and the other.
This, that, and
He
the other.
laid
Oh,
down
yeah,
some
this, that,
electric
yeah.
guitar and I added some keyboard. That was a whole lot of fun. You know, you and Michael, you've been recording some song collaborations with John Brewer in recently,
I
where you
have.
take a classic song and you add lyrics about trucking or supply chain. How did that thing come about?
You know, I don't really remember how, but we've been doing it for a year. But when you wrote that, you put that in the notes, and I was like, I was going to call him and say, John, how the heck did we start this? But I thought it was much more interesting for me to just say, you know, I don't remember. You know, I mean, it started because it's like how I met Damon was on What the Truck with Dooner, and we had to play it forward calls, right? We'd say, hey, if you play an instrument, come on and play the instrument and stuff like that. And we started getting like actual artists, not, you know, just your Trey Griggs and stuff like that, who can play guitar. But we got professionals, and people who work with other professionals are good enough that other professionals will actually get in a studio with them, like Damon. See, nobody's dumb enough to get into a studio with me. So I got to get somebody from Carl's Jr. and Hardee's to put down his hamburger and write some lyrics, and then I'll do it. But I mean, that's kind of how it started. We were doing a Christmas show, and I found out that Run Run Rudolph, right?
Yeah.
Is public domain. So I covered it and did it played all the instruments and stuff like that, and then did a video with my family pretending like they were playing and then chasing the girls around in their Christmas gear and stuff like that. You know, Run Run Rudolph, and put on the show. And I think that's what inspired Brewer to say, hey man, let's do some songs together, because I think he's the one who came up with the idea of doing it. I don't. But yeah, I forget what the first song was. I forget what it was. But yeah, no, it's been fun though. I think we've got like 11 songs out there, man.
Yeah.
They're fun. Some of them are really bad, and some of them are fun. Some are like, wow, I love the way it's like a garage band. Did you mean to do that? I was like, no, that just sucked.
And you know something? Hey, Mike, I got a trucking song too as well.
I love it.
I want to send it to you. I want you to hear it. You know,
Okay.
You know something, Andy? Didn't I send it to you?
I'm trying to remember. I think you might have. Damon and I text back and forth, and he sends me stuff every so often.
Yeah.
And he's putting so much material out there, I have a hard time keeping up.
I wrote words to this, that, and the other, by the way, Andy. That's got words in it too. Yeah.
We need to get that out there. I love the idea behind Michael's song, This, That, and the Other, you know, about never being satisfied, chasing, you know, just stuff, right? Yeah. But you can have everything you want in life if you just concentrate on the right things, man.
Yeah, on the right things. Yeah. You got this, but that and the other one's better. No,
right.
Oh, yeah.
Ain't right.
So I got a question for both of you guys.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start with Damon.
Oh shit.
Okay.
All right. So what is your earliest memory, Damon, of playing an instrument or singing?
Earliest memory is high school.
Okay.
I got into the band, and I didn't know what I wanted to play, but you know, obviously I want to beat up on something. So what? The drums.
Yep.
So I started playing drums, and then I had a few friends in high school that we used to act like we were a group.
Yeah.
Back in the day, in the 70s, we would, you know, there was this guy named Louis Gray. It was a Louis Gray Productions. And then
nice.
You know, us three, and we would act like we were a band, and then the guy would come on and say, ladies and gentlemen, this is a Louis Gray production. And we started singing, ooh.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, but then there was this guy named Boo Boo, that they called him Boo Boo. Boy could sing his name. It seemed like he turned his head to the side, man, just notes just come out.
Right.
Yeah, he used to sing the Mickey Mouse song to me, man. And I didn't understand why he would always feel comfortable coming up to me singing. And I wasn't even singing back in the day. You know, I'm 15, 16 years old, you know?
Yeah.
And then as I got older, it came to me. You know what I'm saying? That was like the weirdest thing. So,
Well, you got an amazing voice, Damon.
thank you so much.
I mean, I'm sure somebody went, wow, that guy can sing. I got to get him into some sort of a group or something, man.
Well, 30 years, man. You know, I got it at a late age and at 30 years old and I worked hard for it, man. I didn't see results. I wasn't looking, you know, I was just looking to be a real a songwriter, actually. Because I wanted to know, how did these guys write these songs, man? You know what I mean? How does that work?
Yeah.
Once that came, then also the voice and it came out as well.
Yeah.
And then I learned melody, and when I learned melody, that was it. And so, and I just kept writing, like I was telling you guys earlier. I just kept writing every day.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, Michael, I'm going to go over to you, man.
Oh.
What was your earliest memory of singing or writing or playing? You know, where did it start for you?
It started for me. It was a lot later than Damon. It was only about 10 years ago that I started. And my oldest daughter was getting into guitar and was really good, like gifted as a musician, just could pick things up really, really quickly.
Oh yeah.
And you know, she was at 10, 11 years old. And we'd be going into like Guitar Center, like the Diamond store down in Fort Worth or in Fort Myers, et cetera, and pick like a $15,000 Gibson off the wall and hand it to her. And the guy's looking at me like, are you nuts? And then she just starts belting out some Led Zeppelin and stuff on it. And they're like, oh, let me give her this guitar. Let's give her this guitar. Let's give it. And my son, I could go out and play baseball with and stuff like that. But my daughter didn't relate that well. So I decided I was going to learn how to play a guitar to do that. Right.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And you know, man, after the blisters and the struggling, once you play an actual tune and from your childhood or your past or whatever, and it sounds like halfway like that tune, that's it, man. You're hooked.
Yeah.
You're done.
Oh yeah.
And,
yeah.
and that's what did. But then, so I was teaching myself, but my father-in-law is a Methodist minister, and he plays guitar and sings, etc. And so he started teaching me, and what he would do is he'd pick out a song, and many times, I mean, he's an old hippie, so you know it was either like a Bob Dylan tune or something like that, or Crosby, Stills and Nash, or something like that, or it was a Methodist hymn, which I don't know if you've ever tried to play hymns on a guitar, but it's incredibly hard because everything's in E flat. And every syllable is a different chord. It's really tough. But what he would do is say, here's the chords. And I'd learn how to do the finger chords. He'd say 1, 2, 3, go. And he would play it. He would not slow down for me. And he would not stop for me. If I'd made a mistake, I had to figure it out. And that's how I learned quickly how to play guitar, because 3 months into it, he had me up on stage in the church playing. Wow. And at the beginning there, better than half the times, I wasn't even touching the strings because I was so lost. I didn't know what the heck I was doing. I was just faking it. But that's how I learned. I got the bug, and then now I'm just I'm into the whole music theory and just writing my own stuff and having fun. I really just, the best time for me is just me and a guitar and just ripping out some blues licks that they just come to you after a while. They just come.
Right.
A good friend, nothing like a good friend to listen to you, huh? And that's your friend, boy. That's your best friend. Just listen to you. Just, you both talk. It's a beautiful thing, man. I know what you're feeling, Mike. That's beautiful, man.
Yeah. Man, for me, it goes back to the 1970s. My mom had me in classical piano lessons. Oh, and I hated it. Okay. She would call me in
outside playing.
Oh, I would be in the middle of a yard football game with guys that were older than me. And she'd come out and go, Andy, it's time to come and practice your music. I said, Mom, you just killed my street cred, man. You can't come out talking about come and practice the piano in the middle of a football game. Anyway, I did all these like festival stuff and guild and competition stuff until I was about 13 years old or so. And I quit playing until I moved in. A college roommate was in a band. And he had all the equipment, right? He had a DAT recorder, he had a concert speaker, and I started just playing stuff for fun. And that's just a whole different level.
Yeah.
When you're playing stuff for fun and writing stuff, it's just like, it's just a totally different thing than sitting down with a sheet of music and figuring out this, that, and the other thing. And, and the funny part about that, we had this massive concert speaker, so we'd put it on the porch and start playing. And then lo and behold, 50 people would come and we just all start hanging out. So
That's awesome.
it kind of,
Isn't it funny
transition
where-
from having to play to wanting to play.
Yeah.
Isn't it funny where inspiration comes from?
Oh man. And this guy, man, he is so musically talented. He worked for the Grammys.
Oh wow.
And he has a grand piano. He has a Gibson. He has a Takahama. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
A Tacoma.
Oh man. And we just get together and just have fun and play some jams. Just like here's 4 chords.
Takamine.
Takamine. That's it. We just get together and play 4 chords and just over and over, just play this, that, golly, that's so much fun, man. That is so much fun.
And if you approach that not as a business, sometimes you approach it as having fun, it all comes out beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, just jamming is unbelievable.
Man,
It is.
Yeah, man. Yes.
And that's where the best stuff I feel like comes out too, man.
But did you watch the and I forget what the documentary was, but the Beatles, right? As they were writing Let It Be, right? They marked off every day from the idea of the Let It Be live concert, rooftop concert to the end of it, and going through that whole process. Have you watched that documentary? It's like a couple of years old, maybe.
I haven't seen that one yet.
It's amazing. There's nobody narrating it. It's just all the film, and it's actual film of them in the day after day in the studio. And some of it, they're just sitting there smoking a cigarette, arguing or talking, whatever happens to be, all that stuff. George Harrison quits the band in the middle of the thing, and they get him to come back. All kinds of stuff going on there. Peter Sellers shows up, and
Wow.
all this crazy stuff's going on. But I mean, it's literally, there's points in there where it's just Paul McCartney just waiting for John or somebody to show up for hours, and he's just plunking on a piano, and then next thing you know, there's a song, and they're like, "Whoa, well, we should record that." Okay, cool. And then just amazing stuff to do.
That is so cool, man. I got to watch that one. There's an awesome Eagles documentary too. Eagles is one of my favorite bands. There's
I haven't seen that yet. Oh yeah.
Chaos.
Yeah.
Is it Chaos and Creativity or something like that on Abbey Road is a good one too. It's just hosted by Paul McCartney.
Yeah.
It's like 60 people in the old Abbey Road studios there.
That's on Netflix, right?
Yeah. Have you seen it?
No, I haven't seen it, but I
dude,
saw
it's really good, dude. It's really good. He's got all their old recording equipment there and stuff like that, and he's just playing and just amazing stuff. Amazing stuff. I mean, Hendrix played a left-handed guitar, right?
Yeah.
Or a right-handed guitar, he played it lefty,
Yeah,
but he strung it as a left-handed guitar, right? I mean, it wasn't upside down strung, right? McCartney played a blues song for John Lennon on a right-handed guitar, strung as a right-handed guitar.
Wow.
And that's how they got together and started the Beatles. And he played that tune on that Chaos and stuff like that with a guitar strung right-handed with his upside down. I mean, if you can imagine the strings and how you had to play that. Unbelievable.
Unreal.
Yeah.
I got to ask Damon about something else.
Come on.
Uh-oh.
So I followed him for years now. He and I text back and forth. We talk all the time. Can you tell us about Resurrection Road, your group, and what you guys have planned for the months and years ahead? Kind of what's going on with that?
Well, when I was out on the road and I get this phone call. And this guy said, well, somebody referred me to you. He said, you want to start a band? His name was Jed Ojeda. Now, mind you, he used to own the Mint in LA.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And I said, hell yes. but I won't be home because I was training. I won't be home in 30 days. He said, just call me when you get back. And when I got back off the road, we got together and we wrote these tunes. And then that's when we started putting the band together.
Right.
And which was really, really great, man. What a man, I would have never dreamed in a million years that I would also be writing a song, writing music for my own band.
Right.
And so that's how that came apart. So right now, what we're doing right now, matter of fact, we just spoke a couple of days ago. And I'm going to write 5 more new songs for the new album.
Okay.
For the band as well. And so after we do that, because we've been playing those songs for a while, the old ones. So I wrote like 20 songs for them for the band already. So I'm gonna write another 5 or 6 more, and try to mix and match. So
how many songs do you guys play in a set, Damon?
Oh man, sometimes 10, 12.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. I mean, it's a lot of work memorizing that much music.
And people ask me, how do you remember me? I don't know. It just happened because each song has its own story.
Yeah.
So you hear the first chord, you understand where you're supposed to be at. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
So,
it kind of flows like second nature, like writing.
Yeah, just like second nature, man. I don't get me wrong, man. Man, I'm scared all the time. You first get up there.
Yeah,
man,
it's funny, dude.
Butterflies.
I remember one time we were up on stage, right? And I was playing rhythm guitar, and one of the other guitar players was his first time going to sing this tune, right? And so he's going to sing this tune, and he was singing "Go Tell It on the Mountain," but it's by that, and I forget the name of the group up out of Seattle, but it's a really groovy bluesy type of version of it. It's a really, really good version. I wish I could remember the name of the band that did that version, but anyways. The first time he's singing in front of a crowd and all this kind of stuff. So he sings this thing and he is so amped up after singing it, right? He's got the lead into the next song, right? Yeah. And he's going through this lead in and I'm just looking at him. I'm trying to go, slow it down because like he's going to get done with this lead in and we're going to drop the beats per minute by like 40. You know what I mean? When he got done and we all jumped in and he looked at me like, oh, I'm sorry.
Man, it's weird. Music, sometimes when you're playing, it almost feels like it takes over. Like it's you're playing it, you're feeling it all the way into your soul level.
Oh, yeah, man.
Yeah. No, it's nothing worse. I had a lead guitarist lean over to me one time and whisper in my ear, E flat. Like halfway through the song, I'm like, oh man.
That's what on the set list, that's what we put on there.
Yeah.
So everybody know what key it's in. Song, oh, E flat, okay, A flat,
Man, anymore, I see all these bands out there and they've got their iPad in front of them.
Yeah.
And they're clicking to the next thing because it's got a little, lines of keys and everything.
And sometimes they got lyrics on there too,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes I put my lyrics up there too because I kind of trying to remember things,
Oh, yeah.
But then other times I test myself to see how much I know.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And you have to do that because then you start to get better at remembering. And I remember. Well, I tell you, we get start thinking other things in the middle of shows and stuff. But yeah, man, yeah. I love it, man. I think it's the best experience I ever had in my life, man. I'm serious, man. I would have never dreamed this would have happened to me.
Well,
that's awesome. Yeah, music is.
You guys are. Yeah. You guys, I love following both of you guys, and it's so much fun.
Somebody's following me, man. Damon, check it out.
It's like stalker alert. Stalker alert. Andy's watching.
Mike, we definitely got to get together. All 3 of us got to get together and come up with something groovy and for trucking.
Oh, hell yeah.
Mike can do his thing. You can do the lead singing on it if you want. We can just write.
Oh, hell, it depends on what the song is. I do all right with certain songs. You know what I mean?
Well, that's what I'm saying. We'll write that song to where it's appropriate.
Yeah. Yeah, I got you.
I got to say, Damon, I think you got the vocals, brother.
Yeah. It's got to be a specific tune for me to be able to handle it. I was told I sounded like David Byrne once, but I was trying to sing a Beatles tune at the time, so it didn't work out real good.
Well, if you listen to Bob Dylan,
Oh yeah. No, you'll be able to, you're 100% right. He couldn't sing a lick, but he was a good stylist, brother. But you know what I mean? There's a difference. I ain't got either. I don't have talent or style. I got neither.
The thing about it is, Mike and Andy, it's about telling the story.
Yeah.
Tell the story right, anybody will listen.
Yeah. If it comes from the heart, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. You phrase those words just right, everyone will listen.
Yeah.
So, Michael, do you have any other song collaborations you're working on?
Well, you always got like 3 or 4 in the hopper, right?
Okay.
So no, I got my slide out.
Oh, really? Got the slide going.
I got my slide out. We're doing some open G nice George Thorogood type of blues coming up here soon.
Oh, very cool. Very cool.
Collaboration. Yeah. So I've been studying my George Thorogood. Pretty good. He told a story about when he first got into guitar, and he'll tell you, he said, listen, I suck. I'm terrible compared to the people I'm trying to mimic. He goes, I'm just a student. I'm just doing what other people did. He listened and went and listened to as many of the old blues guys as he could. You know, he's Muddy Waters. Who'd he learn from? You know, Bo Diddley. Who'd he learn from? He got all this type of stuff. And, you know, when he finally got the chance to start playing in some concerts and traveling with these guys and doing some of this stuff, he's talking about walking behind stage and going by, I think it was Bo Diddley. I think it was, anyways, he's going by his dressing room and you hear him in there playing, right? And he's just and stomping his foot and just playing he said, just ripping the strings off of his guitar. And he said, I pounded on the door and he kept going and I pounded on it again. And he said, he stopped. And so I pounded on the door while he was stopped. And then about 5 seconds went by. And he just started playing again, just totally ignored the door. He said, that's why those guys are great. They don't care.
No, absolutely. You know, and there's a funny thing about, not funny, but interesting thing in the Eagles documentary. John Fogerty was living downstairs from, I think it was Don Henley. I'm trying to remember which one it was. And he was just literally hours and hours on end putting tracks together and then putting lyrics together, and he'd go over it and over it and over it. And that's how the 2 leads on the Eagles learned to write music. Man, I was like, wow. You know, because I get my influence from different people. I'm sure you guys do too as well. But we could talk for 4 hours, but I probably ought to ask you last question for today.
Okay.
Starting with you, Michael.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
If you could do a song collaboration with anyone on the planet from any era, who would that be?
Golly, man. Well, in order, it'd be Marley, Lennon, or Joe Strummer, in that order. If I had to go, those are my idols. Right.
Top 3. Yeah.
My top one is Marley at 100%. And I guess I don't have a poster of him, and I never found one, but I'd put the Reverend Jimmy Cliff up there with him. But either one of them, and then Lennon, and then probably, you know, then my punk comes out and I have to go with the Clash.
Damon, I got the same question for you, man. If you could do a song collaboration with anybody on the planet from any era, you know, you can give me your top 2 or 3 if you want to, whatever.
Yeah.
Who would that be for you?
Me, it would be songwriter, singer. Probably the first one would probably be Jeffrey Osborne, which that's my inspiration right there.
Okay.
With this guy. Songwriters, oh my goodness. Man, let me see. Don Hensley, I love songwriters, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
Don Henley writes some,
man, he writes some
good
great
stories
songs.
over the years.
Oh, yeah, he does.
Yeah,
Storyteller.
Yeah.
For me, it's going to be like Billy Joel, you know, Don Henley, Fogerty. Man, there's so many of them. And that's the one thing about music. It's like you can't name the top one, right? There's like
there's a gang of it, man. That was just top of the head, you know what I mean? So
because you get in a group like this, you go, oh, wait a minute, no, I changed my answer. Damon's right.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We need to make it our top 50 more like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just watched the other night, Damon. I watched the Clive Davis story,
Oh, yeah.
which is that's one of those shows where you watch for like 5 minutes and then an hour goes by and you're still going, oh yeah, I was going to get up and go to the bathroom an hour ago, right? Because unbelievable. What a life that dude had.
Well, I was gonna say these guys are gone though. Prince. These guys, man, these are great songwriters, great performers.
Yep, no doubt.
Babyface is around, great songwriter, great singer, composer, and all those guys. You know what I mean? It's a lot of cats, man. I can name, right now.
Yeah, Clapton is up there for me.
Oh yeah, man.
BB King, he's up there.
Now something Jeff Beck. Oh, I would have loved to play with that guy. What a great guitarist that guy was, man.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, man.
And I got to see a concert with Lindsey Buckingham in a small theater, probably about 300 people. I've never seen somebody play a guitar like Lindsey Buckingham, man. He's all over that guitar. I mean, crazy level.
So here's a joke I saw. It was a meme, and it had a picture of Taylor Swift, and it said, writes whiny songs about her exes and makes them listen to it. And then it had a picture. Then it had a picture of Stevie Nicks and says, sings songs about what an a-hole her lover was and makes him play guitar.
Oh, dude, that is so true. I was
sometimes I wonder, why did you get in a relationship with women when you know they're going to break up with you down the line? You know what I mean?
You know what though, Damon? It makes for some great music, don't it?
Yes, it does.
Ooh, man, the stories that came out on that Rumors album they had. My goodness.
Rumors, one of the best albums ever written, man.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
Man, it's from the heart. It is raw. It is emotional.
When Lindsey brought in his girlfriend, Stevie Nicks, she turned Fleetwood Mac into the biggest band to me. I'm saying, I'm not taking anything away from those other guys because they were very, very talented.
Right.
But when she came in with that voice.
Oof.
Yeah, no, because they were killer with Christy McVie. Christy McVie can sing a hell of a tune. She's awesome.
Oh yeah, yeah. But then Stevie Nicks came in and just complimented her style.
Yeah.
So those two voices really made that match.
That's one of my top 10 bands of all time, right there. Fleetwood. Oof. Man. Well, you know what? We could go on for about 6 hours, but we probably ought to put a wrap on this one, man. It's so much fun talking to you guys. We're going to do more of this stuff. And honestly, we need to get a collaboration.
Did you play Running Into Love?
Yeah, it's in there. Yeah, I need to get that from you actually, but it'll be in this video, that's for sure. So
did you get I sent it to you, the song?
Okay. I've been going and blowing. I haven't even seen it come across yet, but it'll definitely be there. And I'm gonna, Michael, while we're talking about it, I need to get a couple of clips from you, video, audio stuff. I'm gonna pull. So you guys, we're gonna have we'll have some images, audio, video going on here. Awesome. And I'll pull that all into this video. So that's gonna do it for this episode of the Trucking Tower Podcast. Thanks for listening or watching, everybody. Take care. And as Michael says, peace and love.
Peace and love.
Yes. Thank you, Andy, for having me. Mike, it's great to see you again, brother. We'll get together. All of us.
Fight the good fight. Fight the good fight, my friend, Damon. Peace and love, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much.
More to come. We're going to do some things together. So you guys will have to come back and see some more. So thanks for watching or listening, everybody. And we will see you again soon. Take care.
Yeah. Peace.